All right, first one we're going to do is from the walk around the room that we did yesterday. Everybody have your notes labeled? This is your number one. Write it down. Yes, quickly. Ugh. I'll pause you. Do you guys not want to write the whole thing? No. If you don't want to write all the words, at least draw the picture.
Why'd you cross out the word and put tree?
Because I had flagpole. And it's a tree. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I didn't even catch it in 7th period. Somebody said something. All right, so you're drawing your picture. All right, do we have it? Now, I want to go over this one because a lot of kids missed it during the math around the room. I'm going to move it off. Do you guys have it?
No.
Okay. Good, good, good.
What?
Why's the sun there?
Because that's what's making the shadow. I don't know that they need to label it sun.
I was wondering what that was.
Do you play this for like your 4th period class so you don't have to?
I do it with them. This is just for kids who are absent.
I wonder how many people have like gone to the notes.
Kids do, because they always ask. Like, I've been on there and the notes are not there yet.
Really?
Mhm. A lot of kids have asked. Okay, are we good? We're done?
Yeah.
We actually saw me already.
Yes, if you're done with your picture, yes. If you're done with your picture or your writing, you should have your calculators. They should still be out on the desk. Okay.
Are you gonna like show us how to?
Yep, I am. Okay, so working out this problem. The mistake kids made was they said, okay, tree to the height of the man and then shadow to shadow. And they said x over 5, this is how they wrote it when I was watching you guys yesterday. X over 5 equals 70 over 12. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah. Wait, isn't it?
Is it?
No, it should be the total.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm missing
82 over.
So no, and that's why I'm doing this one, because a lot of kids make that mistake. So I need to see your work on the test. I want to see you redraw it. I mean, you could put the man in there. And he's 5 feet tall. His shadow is 12 feet long. The tree is X feet tall. Now, what's the length for the shadow of the tree?
70.
Oh,
12.
do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an example of one where you'd have to add the side lengths together. Now the 12, we did need the 12 to know the shadow length of the man. But is the shadow length of the tree 70 or 82? Because it's the 70, the height from where the man is standing to the tree, plus the length of his shadow, or the tip of the tree's shadow. So 70 plus 12 is 82. Does that make sense? Okay, so what should the equation be? X over 5 equals what over 12? 82. So be careful with that on the test. Make a note right now. Like if you did put this one up here, highlight this, bubble this, and make a little note to yourself why you don't want to do this and why you have to add them together. So make a little note to yourself right now. Question?
So you want the redraw and all that on the test, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So, and it's a quick redraw. Even if you don't put the tree, you don't have to put the tree in there. You can. Triangles and just label 512 x 82, and I'm good. All right, are we good? Okay, number 2 is this one here. In dilated images, corresponding angles are congruent. Write that down. This one's quick. In dilated images, keyword here is it's a dilated image.
Sorry about that.
Corresponding angles are congruent. True or false? Is anybody still writing it down?
Yeah.
Okay. In dilated images, corresponding angles are congruent. So that's something like this. And then you have it bigger. Let me show you, see if I can have, these are dilated images here. All right, so what are corresponding angles? Are they congruent, yes or no? Corresponding angles will always be congruent. You do need to know that for the test. Corresponding angles will always be congruent. For example, in this picture here, angle C is congruent to angle C prime. Angle X is congruent to angle X prime. Z to Z prime and Y to Y prime. All right, questions on that one, yes or no? All right. Number 3. In dilated images, corresponding side lengths are blank. In dilated images, corresponding side lengths are blank. In dilated images, corresponding side lengths are congruent, proportional, or neither? Proportional. These are corresponding side lengths, and can you see that they are not congruent? Do you see that? They're not congruent, but they are what? Proportional. All right. Questions on that one? Okay, another one you need to know for the test is, in dilated images, corresponding sides are parallel or not parallel. True, this is a true false. But they're going to ask you if they are parallel or not parallel. So it's like this in here. CD and C prime D prime. What can you say about them? Are they parallel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
BC and B prime C prime, are those parallel?
Yeah.
Yes. So let's ignore the true false question. Let's just answer it. Is it parallel or not parallel? What would you say?
Parallel.
Good. They are parallel. We're good? Okay. This next one was missed by a lot yesterday, so I want to make sure we have a little bit of time to go over it. And whatever we don't finish today, we'll go over tomorrow or Thursday as well. Okay. Determine the value of x. Draw your picture.
Change 16 over x equals 32 over 4.
Okay, good. So that was where the question was coming up. Like I had kids do this. 32 over 16 equals x over 4. They treated it like the side splitter theorem. Left, left, right, right. Is that the case here? No. Yes. That's not the case here because they gave us a similarity statement. We need to use it. Okay, so let's see. If I use 32 as RS, and I'm going to write that here, RS, and 16 is QS, what corresponds with RS in my other triangle over here? RS corresponds with what? US. And what is US? 4. And QS corresponds with the last two, which is what? TS. And what is TS? X. So is this top one correct? Yes or no? It is not.
No.
So kids will say, okay, then well, I'm always going to cross these. No, it's not always cross. It's not always left, left, right, right. You have to read the congruent statement to know which one it is because it may change. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, so then you cross multiply and solve. And you have your calculators to do that. Okay. Are we good?
Is that all?
That's it for notes.